Hey, I'm Rehawk, and did you know that you're playing Sonic Forces Speed Battle wrong? It's the reason why you often end up in third or fourth place. So today, I compiled a set of 4 instructions that can help you play a perfect game in Sonic Forces Speed Battle. And whether you want to do better against pro players or you want to get higher placement and more ranking, these set of instructions can really help you do better in races. Now, before you even start playing, you need to focus on the game and really immerse yourself in the game. As we all know, right now, the current meta of Movie Super Shadow is, causing a lot of new beginners and pro players like me, causing them to be frustrated. And you want to maintain a cool and level headed and be level headed, which is super important before starting a race, as this can cause, if you're not cool and calm headed, this can cause you to lose races and end up with you tanking a lot of trophy. One thing I really like to do, as you saw here, is try and do a party match before you even start playing. So this is something you definitely kind of want to do. Now, the now that you're ready to play, the first instruction is gather information. So here on the loading screen, as you can see, it pops out 3 other players beside you, and you kind of want to gather information on your opponents. And the 3 things to do in the loading screen is look at what character are they using and what's their player level, and the third thing be what track you're playing in. Now, these 3 things can help you kind of predict your opponent's behavior in the track or what combos they might want to use with their trap. And it kind of helps you gauge what their strongest ability is and the best way they can use it. And you can kind of exploit this, right? Gathering information. This is something I'm sure some of you do, but if you consistently do this, this can definitely help you win races like I kind of did here. I managed to get a huge lead there, here at the end and get the victory over Slugger Sonic and Spring Cream. But yeah, knowing the track, again, Emerald City is definitely a very spammy track at times. So knowing which areas to avoid, and I almost got caught there in that race a few times. Knowing which areas to avoid, the chaos is definitely important, as you could get punished and your whole race could be thrown out. And the second set of instruction I have is you again you have to. I think I mentioned this in the last video, but you have to get 100 rings quickly as you can at the beginning of the race. Now, having you know starting rings of 50 definitely helps, as you can kind of body block whoever's behind you, right? We know that getting 100 rings boosts your top speed, which is important, right? Like I mentioned in my last video, you can think of it as a +1. And if you're someone like Slugger Sonic, right, who only has 5 in acceleration, which kind of hurts you in getting to top speed, getting 100 rings quickly is a must. You have to. You have to, so you can reach your top speed of 10, and that will really help you whether you want to front run or bag with Slugger Sonic or with any other character in general. Whether you want to front run or bag, getting 100 ring is definitely a priority every player should have in the race, as getting more starting rings can help you reach your top speed quicker. Now, the third instruction I have is taking inside lane. As I'll narrate this, I'll kind of this suburban speedway race. I'll kind of talk about it and some things that I did here that I like. Here you see I quickly got to 60 rings since I started with 50. I got 10 rings at the beginning. Got punished over there by this Jester Sonic, and he has a really good trap, and I always get caught by it, but because I managed to gather information early on, I managed to avoid it. You can see here, I'm so just a slight lead ahead of the pack, but they're still catching up, right? Here, good dodges, staying inside lane, nice, nice, right? Staying inside lane to save time. Got the last dash pad there. If you think I missed it, no, I didn't. I did get that dash pad, right here. Nice dodge there. Punish the rest of the guy and managed to get a nice lead there towards the end. And did you notice how I also was on my toes but wasn't too nervous where it kind of hindered me? So that's definitely a good thing you want to do. Make sure you're staying in the inside lane on the corner slash turns of the track, as this will save you time. And you can kind of get away with it in lower tier races like 5,000 and below. But once you get to 5,500 and up, you will be punished for it. So you kind of really want to take the fastest routes in the track to save time. And I'll be doing a trial time video maybe tomorrow or someday in this upcoming week. But that's definitely something you want to do. Even if you want a bag, taking the best inside lanes can help you catch up to the pack faster. So this advice does not exclude you, but it can actually work in your favor, right? For characters like Bassus, Blaze, and whatever, it can definitely help you. Now, the fourth instruction, which is more for a player who likes to front run, but if you're a bagger, you should also listen to this, and that is looking at the minimap. And if you kind of bag, you already do, since you're at the back, you kind of want to gauge how far you have to boost until like you save your boost for the pack, if that kind of makes any sense, right? You But looking at the minimap, even though you're like, dude, the arrows help you see which characters are behind you. But when you're in the front or when you're in the lead, the arrows don't really matter as much. But looking at the minimap is actually way better for you, as you can kind of see, okay, how far is everybody else from me, and who's gonna try to take the lead from me if they're close to you, right? When you're in the lead. So that is definitely something you wanna do. Just like a split second, or like not for a full second, just a quick glance at it will kind of help you. That's what I've been working on, and it's definitely has helped me get better. But yeah, that is something, even though if you're a bagger, you should definitely take it into consideration. It's an issue many beginners struggle with, and pro player as well, me included, but I am getting better at it. And looking at the minimap can kind of uh, help you avoid getting the Sonic Forces speed battle effect. And I'm sure many of you have gotten it. Like, picture this, you're in front, you're seeing the end line, and everybody else is behind you, very close to you, but you didn't notice because you're like, oh, I'm so close, I'm about to get this win. Ends up getting hit by someone. Then your whole race is thrown, your speed momentum is stopped, and then you end up salvaging third if your main has good acceleration, or fourth. But this whole scenario could have been avoided if you just took a split second to look at the minimap and see how you could you know avoid whatever abilities attack is thrown your way. So yeah, looking at the minimap is definitely very important for pro players and beginners. Now I want to throw in some honorable mentions. These are like schedule skills that they're kind of like common sense. For example, knowing how to use your kits effectively, and using your shield with purpose, and making sure you hit the dash pads or grind rails right. Grind rails are very important, as they help you run faster if you didn't know that. So yeah, these are just kind of like honorable mention things like that you should do, right? Making sure you're dodging whatever character's attacks and whatnot, right? So these are kind of like set of skills you should have, or things you should be doing already if you're not. Now the final The fifth and last instruction is controlling your nerves. Now, one thing that can help you avoid the Sonic Forces speed battle effect is definitely controlling your nerve. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like when you're in first place and there's people behind you and you hear an attack, right? Sometimes what I'll see is even though the attack is not heading for the guy in first place, is he'll change lanes even though it's not headed towards him, and then somebody else, a second player, ends up throwing another attack and it ends up hitting him because he decided to change lanes, right? Even though he wasn't in any danger of getting hit. And this can also happen to you if you're like near the end of a race, right? Which is what I call the Sonic versus speed battle effect, right? And if you're just able to just, okay, you hear an attack, you stay in your lane. Because, this advice only matters if the attack is not coming towards your lane and you hear it, right? So you hear an attack and it's not coming towards your lane, you stay in your lane. Do not move. But if it's coming towards you, then you can move, right? This is something I've definitely struggled a lot with, and I still do, right? You're near the end of a race, somebody throws an attack, and you just, you're kind of scared, right? You don't want to lose that match, and then you end up changing lane and end up getting hit, and you end up third or fourth because everybody passed you near the finish line. Now, those are all of the set of the five instructions that can help you play a perfect game in Sonic Forces Battle. And I'll kind of just wrap up by going all over them again. So one is gathering information on other players, like looking at what characters they're using, what's their player level, and what track you're playing in. Two is making sure you're getting 100 rings as quickly as you can. The third is making sure you're staying in the inside lanes of the track, right? So you can make sure you're saving time, right? And the fourth instruction, is making sure you're looking at the mini map. Now, these can help you go a long far in the game, but make sure the fifth instruction, right? Like I said, controlling your nerves is what will really help you play a perfect game, and it's essential if you want to play, try and play perfect game in a row. And if you don't believe me, you should try this out yourself. Do a test run of 10 battles where you don't play where you don't follow these instructions and try to play a perfect game, and 5 where you follow these instructions and try to play a perfect game, and kind of see the result. Do you win more often? Do you lose more often? Right? Because Sonic vs. Speed Battle you do have to have a little bit of luck, but it's also kind of using characters that are kind of meta, right? Like for me, I'm using Movie Shadow because he has good acceleration, good strength, and I have him leveled up. But for you, you might be using like, I don't know, a different character, right? But once you get to like certain levels, right, you end up running into the current meta character, which is Movie Super Shadow. I'm sure you all know. So yeah, that was it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like? Make sure you like, subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I will be posting more videos like this. And turn on post notifications so you can get a notification every time I drop a video. And I will continue to drop more player review. I'll leave contact information below or in the comments. But yeah, that was it for this video. Let me know what you think. Did you know? Also, did you know that grinding rails makes you go faster? Yeah, that was it for this video, and kind of enjoy the last few bits of this race that I have going on here. right? Look at me, I'm sitting inside. Look at the lead I kind of have here, right? A good lead, but kind of got absolutely killed here. Yeah, I just got absolutely killed that race. But let me know, what do you think? What do you think of the video? And did you know that grinding reels makes you run faster? But you know, leave that in the comment. And yeah, that was it for this video. See you guys.